A powerful storm passed over western Małopolska on Monday. Local media reported that there was a lot of destruction there. The hospital in Olkusz was flooded. Interventions were also necessary in Chrzanów. The fire department reported dozens of interventions. They mainly concerned flooded properties and buildings in Olkusz and Wolbrom. In Srebrne Miasto, the new hospital was flooded. After the summer storm, the streets looked like they had been through a snowstorm. 2 provinces were under RCB alert and IMGW meteorological warnings. As reported by the Małopolska firefighters at around 7 p.m., 150 calls related to adverse weather conditions were received in the province. The largest number of interventions was recorded in the areas of Olkusz, Targ, Zakopane and Krakow. The storm caused significant damage in Wolbrom, where the wind broke many trees and the roads were covered with water. The streets looked as if they were covered in a thick layer of snow. Also in Zakopane there was heavy hail, the diameter of which reached 2 to 3 centimeters. A recording made by witnesses shows ice chips hitting buildings, cars and vegetation. Within a dozen or so minutes the streets, lawns and roofs of buildings turned white as if after snowfall. The phenomenon was accompanied by violent gusts of wind. The storm front monitored by Losi Burs Południ brought unpredictable weather conditions to the region. Fortunately, the hail did not cause any damage. After the hailstorm, a downpour began over the city. The fire brigade intervened several times, mainly to pump water out of basements. The water also flooded part of Srebrne Street, making it impossible to drive along. Forecasts indicate that the storm front may bring further hail and intense storms until late evening. The situation is dynamic, and the risk of further storms is high, especially in the mountainous areas of the Małopolska province. For tourists staying in the region, this is a particularly difficult time. Many of them plan to spend time outdoors, exploring the picturesque surroundings of Pod Hail. However, storms and hailstorms thwarted these plans, forcing people to stay in safe places. Local guest houses, hotels and restaurants offer shelter, but for many tourists spending their holidays in the Tatras, the situation is frustrating. However, the residents of Pod Hail know and regularly remind tourists that storms in the mountains can be unpredictable and violent. In connection with the forecasted storms, rainfall with hail and strong wind, the Institute of Meteorology and Water Management has issued 2nd and 3rd degree warnings for the southern regions of Małopolska and Podkarpacy. Additionally, in the Podkarpacy province, in almost the entire Lesser Poland province, in the south of the Świętokrzyski and Silesian provinces and locally in the southwestern outskirts of the Lublin region, 1st degree warnings against sudden increases in water levels are in force until 11 p.m. on Monday.